you been hexed or cursed? Let's find out. Hey everybody, welcome. If you're new here, welcome for the first time. If you're not new here, welcome back. My name is Amy. I am a witch, a spiritual guide, and a energy healer. And I make videos and stuff. Today I want to talk about how you know if you've been hexed or cursed. First of all, hexes and curses are very similar. Basically, it's just the action and the intent behind them that causes the difference. People can be hexed. Objects can be hexes. Houses can be hexed. Skipping right over that. But how do you know if it's happened? How do you know if you are the target of a hex or a curse? How do you know if it's happened to you? Most of the time when somebody hexes you, they don't tell you first. Sometimes with a curse, you'll get a warning. You know, you might get somebody pointing at you, shaking their finger, or like trying to sick some holy entity on you or some shit. And so you might know, hey, I'm being cursed right now. Also, there is a literal form of cursing, using bad language at somebody. And I believe that the reason that this is called cursing is because anytime you speak negatively to another person, it is a form of putting a curse on them, even if you're not intentionally sitting down and working a ritual and placing a hex on them. A curse is still malintent toward a person, even if it's accidental. Hexes are not accidental. They're not. So how do you know if you've been hexed or cursed? Okay, well, how's your luck doing lately? Have you been having kind of a string of bad luck? That is one of the surefire, it's not surefire, but it's one of the first things that you want to look at if you think that perhaps you've been hexed or cursed. Another thing you want to look at is how you're feeling. Have you been abnormally sick? Have you been abnormally tired, abnormally hungry, grouchy, depressed, anxious? These are things to look at. If you have had a pattern of these things, or these things have occurred to you after spending time with a certain person, you might want to consider the possibility that either that person is cursing you or you have a hex on you, especially if it's consistent and there's no reason for it. Like, we all get a little bit cranky when we're PMSing, right? Ladies, we all get a little cranky if we're PMSing. I've actually known dudes that do it too, get like headaches and stuff and don't feel well. I don't know the science behind that, so don't quote me here. But so that is an explained reason why you're not feeling well and you're lashing out at people. An unexplained reason would be if you don't have a reason and you're just doing it. And maybe even you don't even realize why you're doing it, and you're telling yourself, like, why am I cranky? Why am I lashing out at this person? It doesn't make sense. What is going on? So if you find yourself almost acting like you're not the one controlling your own emotions and thoughts and things, then that's something to look at as well. Another thing is, how is the luck of the people around you? How's your family doing? There could be a string of seemingly disconnected or unconnected, like negative, like bad events and things that could be emanating from either a hexed object or house, or they could be emanating from a person. And if you have a family, I mean, people, if you're dealing with a hex, like, it's possible that they would go after your family. That's how you get to people, is you go through the people that they care about. So is your mom tripped recently and then your brother broken his arm and then your dad gotten syphilis, meningitis, bronchitis? There we go. And then maybe your dog had to go to the vet and it was really expensive, and just the various things kind of all together, but seemingly unconnected, that's something that you would want to look at as well. Okay. Also, when was the last time you cleansed your house? If you don't know how to cleanse your house, I have a video about that. Check it out. I will put it somewhere and also down there. Cleansing your house is an amazing way to cut into the power that a hex has. It's also an amazing way to keep them from popping up where you live. So if you don't want people just randomly sending curses and hexes your way, then cleansing your house is an amazing way to keep that from happening. You know, disclaimer, 95% of the time, keep it from happening. It really is up to you to make sure that it works and it functions and your house is a peaceful place to be. So definitely ask yourself, when was the last time you cleansed your house? Has anything changed since then? Has anyone moved in? Have people been in and out a lot? Does the energy there feel different? Is anyone having trouble sleeping? Have you been having nightmares? That's another one. So you want to take a look at a lot of possible symptoms and just think to yourself, when did they start? How long has this been going on? And how much of it is there really? Maybe like write it down or something. Just so you can get an idea of the timeline and how many things that seemed unconnected could be happening. And then do a gut check. Look at these things and think to yourself, is there anybody? Ask yourself, ask your higher self, is there anybody that wishes me harm? Is there anyone that wishes my family harm? Was this sort of accidental? Is it, something that we're just going through right now? Is it a product of just negative energy? Or is this potentially something, there's a fly on my light, you guys. Is this potentially something that was done intentionally? These are the things you want to ask yourself. Then you can go about getting rid of it. We'll talk about that later. If you guys want help figuring out how to get rid of a curse or a hex, let me know. Leave it in the comments down below. I hope this is helpful to you guys. Please like my video if you liked it. Like, if you actually liked it, tell me that you liked it, because I like to know that you liked it. And if you didn't like it, then how will I know that you didn't like it? It's important to me. Also, share it with somebody else you think might like it. And subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that little bell button so you know when my videos upload, because I'm pretty regular, but not always. And so, you don't want to miss one. If you want to see projects and random things that I'm working on, the thoughts that I'm having, and a lot of the products of like my shadow work, my spiritual work, and pictures of my dog, check out my Instagram. I update it almost every day. It's a lot of fun. Also, if you want to see more content like this from me, check out my Patreon. First tier patrons will get a free oracle or tarot reading from me, a personal reading, and you'll also get a video shout out on one of my videos. You'll get to have input on future videos, and you'll get to join our online community that we are building together. So if you want to be a part of the inner circle, head on over to Patreon. The link is in the description box as well. As always, stay safe. I love you guys. Have a beautiful night.